One. Well, the peculiar thing about this, my friends, the song we sang on that faithful night. Didn't even sound like it at all.
Yeah, I know.
Didn't sound
more like
anything
trumpets.
like this song. This is just a tribute. Have you seen the?
Yes.
That I don't know where it was like a fucking what is it Mitsubishi tribute?
Mitsubishi? Oh, yeah,
and they had
yeah.
that in the background. Like this is not a.
Do they really?
Yeah, there was an ad once
Fuck,
upon a
that's
time.
sick. You know what I've noticed about Mitsubishi? They've completely cut out everything except for the SUV and the Ute.
They're not doing any more. Oh, they're still a Lancer. They're still like a neck level.
Not a new Lancer. Like 2013 or 20 whatever it was would have been the last one.
Nah, I reckon they did. like a 2017
I reckon
or something.
it's just tributes and fuck. What was
You gotta believe
what's the other thing they do? Eclipse. That SUV thing. Eclipse Cross.
Mitsubishi Lancer 2017, you're so full of shit.
Yeah,
dude.
2017, mate. That was
you just said
fucking ages
2013.
ago.
I said it like it's.
2017 was fucking ages ago. Anyway,
let's see if it goes further than that.
Weird, wacky, and wonderful.
We're doing another one.
We haven't done one of these in a long time.
We're starting off with what year did cars stop getting made, and it's really up from here.
Oh, they might still make a
2019 Lancer.
Yeah, so that was fucking ages ago, bro.
Oh, Mitsubishi Lancer 2021. I was like just working my way up, dude. They literally have Lancers up to 2021. So you're like, all right, so they make a few more cars, but what is it? Triton, Lancer.
Triton, Lancer, Mirage.
My first car was a Lancer.
Was it?
Oh, I've got a.
Was that a reverse to first?
Yeah.
Yeah, go
I had
on.
a little GSR fucking twin cam, so you know, I had a bit of balls.
Yeah, 1.8 litre.
I don't think I've told this on the podcast before, but you know the grand final that people always talk about all the time because Port got pumped by like 118, 107 points or whatever by Geelong. So I've not got my Ps yet. I'm close to getting my Ps. I've got this little Lancer, and it's got like a body kit and fucking everything. It's like one of the old like CB Lancers. Here, I'll show you. Podcast won't be able to see it. Oh, so I can hold it up to the camera.
Yeah, hold up to the camera.
So I had this little GSR Lancer. I've gone and got all the body kit and shit resprayed, like buffed it all out. Like it's fucking, yeah, that's pretty much it there, dude.
So you've done some serious work to the bad boy.
Yeah. So the little fucking, see, it's got the little side skirts and like the different front end and shit. Someone had like got the little fucking flutes on the...
Show the camera.
Someone had got the little flutes on the fucking bonnet and shit as well.
That would have to have been an 80s model.
It had 16-inch like chromies on it as well.
Chromies.
So it didn't have those.
Do you remember the days
rims.
where chromies were the thing, man?
It had two 4-inch cannons, which is just the most excessive.
Just 8 inches of fart noises.
And like it was like, so it was a straight pipe, and then the fucking other one comes off of that. So it was just, and they were not even lined up properly. Yeah. And so we literally ripped that off and like drove it down with no exhaust at all to the place. And I got like a straight, like a 3-inch pipe to like a 3.5-inch cannon. Even that was too loud.
Oh, really?
So I put a fucking hot dog in that, and it finally got a good
hot
sound.
dog.
That's what they call them.
Yeah. So that was your first car?
So yeah, I've got it all sprayed up. It's looking beautiful. I'm about to get my Ps. Everything's hunky dory. I've had a few pulses, and it's half time of the footy game. My mate Levi, who you know's over, and I'm like, oh bro, come outside. I'll show you everything that I've done to the car. I got the cannon fixed. It's all sprayed up. So I get in the driver's seat, and I put it in reverse, turn it on, go to reverse, stall the car. And then just get out the car. Don't put the handbrake on. Don't take it out of reverse. Just like get out the car. Like, yeah, bro.
Were you on at least a 7-degree hill? Incline or decline?
It was fine at that moment. That's not what caused the chaos.
Yeah.
It's after we check out that beautiful front end that's all perfectly fucking sprayed back and paint matched, and she's just looking. I've redone the mesh. The mesh in the fucking grill is killer.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh, bro, wait till you hear the exhaust. So then I've gone, and without getting in the car, I've just turned her over standing outside of it, and it's just kicked over straight away and started flying backwards. So I'm hopping backwards with the car, trying to turn it off and like rip the handbrake.
I can imagine this.
And then I've like my spidey senses have tingled that like there's about to be a fucking letterbox behind me that I have to watch out for.
Yeah.
So I've gone fuck and like tucked myself into the car and pushed the door out my way so that I'm like not going to impale myself on the letterbox.
Yeah.
And the letterbox has gone through the window and like bent the door right around, like so that it's fucking parallel with the.
So you
front
almost
quarter
got
panel.
boxed by a bit of leather.
And it stopped the car because Dad got sick of everyone stealing his fucking letterboxes out the front of Mum and Dad's house.
Yeah.
Dad got so sick of people stealing it when they first moved in that he cemented the fucker like 6 feet under the ground. So that thing, it was only one of those little like a letterbox this fucking big on a metal pole.
Did you ever go
through
through the phase where, I don't know what it was, but I can't remember what they're called, but it's almost like, all right, you had like a list of 10 things. You were in teams, right? And you had a list of 10 like items that you needed to gather. And then whatever team came back to that house with those 10 items first won.
Like a scavenger hunt.
Like a scavenger hunt. Yeah. So I remember this one time we were playing and we hopped into a mate's car and one of the items was a letterbox, like an actual letterbox. And I'll never forget this, right? Another one of my mates, he was like, "Fuck it, this letterbox here. This one looks good." He gets out, and then as he gets out, right, the guy was outside from the house, and he's like, "Oi, what the fuck are you doing?" And like, I've never seen such like superhuman strength, right? He fucking like lifts this fucking letterbox out, concrete and all, throws it into the car, and we just fucking drive away.
Wow.
With a letterbox with the concrete attached to the bottom of it, man. I was just like, how the fuck did you lift that? Because when we got it out, we were like, it was like at least probably like 40 kilos, man.
Yeah, wow.
He was like adrenaline mode, I reckon.
That's crazy. Did you ever go letterboxing back in the day? Just trying to steal Hellcunt's letterboxes?
Nah. That was like just that one scavenger hunt.
We'd left a party one time and decided for whatever reason we were just going to see how many fucking letterboxes we could rack up. Someone had a flatbed truck like on the corner of a street.
Yeah.
And then so we just stole like 15 and put them on the back of this dude's truck. So imagine like everyone just like confronting him like, what the fuck you steal our letterboxes
like, what's the deal, man? Like,
and he's like, even if he's like, well, I didn't put them there, but it's still going to sound sus because they're on your truck, dickhead.
Oh, no. Concrete and all or just the letterboxes?
Well, all the ones those ones that were just fucking not even concreted in.
Yeah,
so
okay.
A lot of people were just fucking in the grass like a stump.
Just straight in like that,
so
totem tennis.
Those ones out. We were in some absolute housing trust area as well, so you're not going to get any high quality ones.
So that Lancer was your first car?
Yeah, that was my first one. I got it. It had a blown head. Like I had to do so much work when I got it.
That's a lot of work for an 89
Yeah,
Lancer.
Well, lucky I had a fucking 1990, mate.
1990, all right. Well, I'll give it to you.
1 year. I had a Dad's mates were like mechanics and shit, so they did it all real cheap.
Yeah. How much did you pay for the bad boy?
Like 2.5.
Oh, that's not too bad.
And it only had, I think it had like 130,000 or something. It wasn't very high for a car that at that time would have been 16 years
Lancers
old.
were like the epitome of first car, hey?
Yeah, bro.
They really were. Like, mate of mine, that same mate who actually stole the letterbox, his first car was a Lancer.
Yeah. People had Lancers.
Yeah.
Daewoo Lanos was another one. Hell, people had a Daewoo Lanos.
Oh, the Daewoo Lanos.
You
got killed by a Daewoo Lanos, motherfucker.
The problem with hold on a second. Let's good.
Not bad. Not bad.
The problem with Daewoo Lanos was they had the fucking opposite. You know, like when you're older, the only time you deal with like the opposite fucking indicator wiper thing was getting in a fucking like BMW.
Yeah.
Whereas you're getting in your mate's fucking Lanos and you keep turning their fucking windscreen wipers on all the time.
He's like, give me a break. My first car was a VT, mate.
VT, yeah.
Classic commie.
Yeah. So the one you had for ages?
Yeah, that white one. You would have known
fuck
it.
Yeah,
that was my first car. I had it for 11 years, bro, and then near the end of its life, Manny Dark, like from The Unfortunate Sons. If you haven't seen that episode, go back and that's one of my favorite episodes. It's really good. But anyway, we were at the front of a mate's house, and you know how like you grab onto something and you're like, like barefoot water skiing almost. Well, I don't know what went through his head, but he was trying to barefoot water ski behind my car, holding my spoiler. Right? And then
just rip the spoiler off.
Right? Originally, like we were cruising, I was only going like 5 k's an hour. But then he started to get too confident and I was speeding up a little bit more. And it got to a point where I got to about 15, 20 k's an hour and he just like jumped on. He didn't want to like be on anymore. And then by the time I got to like 30 k's an hour, one of his foot like came down and he like face planted like off the back. And as he came down, he ripped my fucking spoiler off with it.
Wow.
Man,
Good times.
he still tells me about that. He's like, remember that time I fucking destroyed your spoiler? Like,
Did it come off in the worst way as well, or did it snap off pretty cleanly?
no, it snapped off pretty cleanly, but because it still had like a cable that was attached to it for the brake light.
Oh yeah, so it was just hanging. Yeah,
So it was just hanging, and then from then I was like, oh fuck! So I just put it back on and like pressed it on, and then from then on, every time I went over like a speed bump, the spoiler would come off. And then eventually got to a point where I was like, nah, I'm just gonna take it off.
Yeah, just disconnect the cable. And
Yeah,
fucking...
just get rid of it.
Did you ever go egging back in the day?
Let me think. Not houses, cars, but not houses.
We did a couple houses, but it was mostly cars. It was
Yeah.
the problem was. So what we used to do is our Hungry Jack's fridge. All this shit is like fucking Hungry Jack's days.
It's always Hungry
Jack's.
Jack's.
Yeah, bro. We were just terrors. But because we obviously started doing breakfast, so we just had eggs fucking coming out our ass.
Yeah,
Pun intended.
literally.
So, and our fridge didn't have a camera. So you'd be like, have your backpack on for the end of the shift. You're like, oh, I just got to grab my drink out of the fridge, open the fridge, grab some Glad wrap that was in the fridge as well, and like wrap the fucking, like, 'cause they just come in those big like trays.
Yeah.
Glad wrap the eggs.
So your
they don't
eggs were
all
free
come
as
loose
well,
out.
man.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Chuck that 24 slab in
That's
your
dangerous.
fucking thing. Everyone goes out in the car park, gets in your cars. We designate an area we're going to go hit and just fucking hit some cars. And karma got me because my car got egged like at least fucking 30 times. Dude. I was out there. I'd be sitting there. So at mum and dad's house, my computer, like say I'm sitting here at my computer, that was the front window of the house.
Yeah.
Because I was just a fat nerd. So I'm sitting there like playing games. And then I'd have my headset on. But even through my headset, like all of a sudden I just hear tung, tung, tung. I'm like, oh, killer.
Yeah, dope. There's
all right, boys, hold on. I'll be back in a minute. And I'm out there with a fucking trying to like stop making sure my paint doesn't
Oh no.
fade. And so back to the fucking Lancer story. So after doing all that paint work, I just went and got another door that didn't match color. So I was driving around with an unmatched fucking color door.
Humvee style.
And then my car was parked out the front of mum and dad's house one day, and the neighbor reverses into that door. So I had not many things went wrong with that car, except it had 3 fucking doors of the front driver door in my life of owning it.
No shit.
So yeah, it was
Doors
just a
on
cursed-
rotation.
Yeah, it's just a cursed door.
Doors.
dude.
Do you remember that Rick and Morty bit? Doors, doors.
Yes. Yeah, so it was just fucking cursed, man.
No shit. The cursed driver door.
Cursed driver door.
That's killer.
So, and then I just fucking, and then like obviously I got my XRA, was my next car.
Yeah, and didn't that
And
get
gets
kicked in too?
Yeah.
Kicked in like a carrot.
Yeah, both mirrors kicked off, the roof stomped on.
Fucking hell. What year was that?
2005.
So that was a decent car. Like.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, it was one of the Mark II, like the full leather
As if.
interior.
I really like those too.
They're beautiful cars. I got it at like 90,000 Ks. Like, it was
fuck.
It was just fucking primo. And then
Did insurance do you justice or what?
That because I'm a fucking idiot and I worked for insurance, what I did, I was like, well, I'm not going to crash it because I'm not going to drive it like a dickhead, which I never did.
Yeah.
I tripled my excess to try and keep my fucking premiums down because trying to insure a fucking XRA as a 25-year-old with someone other than Just Cars.
Yeah.
Was just such an arm and a leg. So I'm like, if I triple my excess, it reduced my monthly premium by heaps.
Yeah.
But then my excess was like fucking $2,600 or something. And I just never had $2,600 to fork out to get cosmetic damage fixed.
Yeah.
So because the engine still worked fine, I got the mirrors replaced, and then it was like, it was just a kicked in door and a kicked in roof.
you just roll with it.
I just drove it around.
You've had the worst luck with doors, eh?
Yeah, fuck yeah, dude.
I've never had a problem with my car doors.
I always remember my mate, like, he was walking down the street, like, to pick up his car or something, and, like, one of my exact kind of car, and he was like, so he's got a video of himself, and he's like, oh, Jamie! Roof's flat, like, talking about how it wasn't fucking kicked in. And we always used to talk about, like, how I had a portable baby bath on my roof.
Portable bird bath. That's sick, man.
Just all the water would fucking pool up on top of it, bro. It was just...
Oh, yeah, no shit. Did any of it get through?
Nah, it was all sealed still, which was good.
Right.
It was just cosmetically.
What colour was
like
it?
Shit. It was like the metallic orange where like you see the shade of yellow.
No,
when
the
you look at
one.
it.
That would have been really nice.
Yeah, it was a fucking nice car.
Bro.
So, you know, that's
Now
why
you're
I just
rolling
don't
with an
have-
Orion.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Just went there. I love it because I had a Camry after that. So I traded
Yeah, that was when I
for-
first met you, when you had that white Camry.
Yeah, so I traded that car, and so I got like $5,000 and that car.
Oh,
the
okay, that's not
Camry,
too bad.
From trading a mate, or like that owned a mechanic. a kicked-in XR8 because he knew that he could get it fixed hell cheap and sell it for hell more money because the Ks were still low as. I think I sold it to him at like 100.
It was just cosmetic, really.
20,000 or something. I'd only done 30,000 in like my 5 or so years of having it. And he could fix all the anything that was wrong mechanically. It would cost him almost nothing except for parts, and then he could get it, through his contacts, get all the cosmetic shit fixed up. So I'm pretty sure he did, and probably sold it for fucking way more than what he had to pay me. So
yeah, no shit, got a bargain.
Yeah, so I'm sad I missed that because I always wanted to get a Ford 8-cylinder because my dad used to have the Phase 3 GDA.
So if you could get something next, right, your next car, but you didn't have a budget, what would it be?
Well, the thing is, even though they're not that, it's not a budget thing, but the car that I am actually going to get next, and even if there was no budget, it's probably still this. I want a fucking XR5, dude.
XR5,
one of those, turbos,
as in okay. So not the the Ford RS, Focus RS, the actual XR5s.
Yeah,
they're nice cars. A mate of mine used to actually have one, and it went hard, bro.
Yeah.
5-cylinder turbo.
Yeah, Rookie was telling me how you used to like your whatever mate that he knows as well, the one that you used to drive that. He's like, fucking Tyres used to love driving that. And my mate's mum had one and we used to boog around in that all the time, and it was like so brand new and clean when she got it. And I just fell in love with it. It's got a hell nice interior. It's hell comfy.
5-cylinders sound tough as well,
and
man.
they just, it's just killer. It's not that, it's kind of like that.
It's a good medium, man.
Yeah.
The 2008 and up model, and then I think it's like 2012, they become the next generation where they go to the 4-cylinder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I just want that XR5, one of those, because again,
they're going for good prices these days too.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And if you get one that's not stupidly overkayed, like get one that's like 150, 160 that's just been looked after.
Yeah.
That's because again, I don't want to spend an exuberant amount, but that's like a car that I've wanted since I ever went in it.
Yeah.
So it's going to feel like a cool thing to get that car, even though I'm not spending fucking 50, 60 grand on it.
Look, she's crawling.
Try not to get on camera.
You're still on camera. You're still on camera.
That's my beautiful wife, ladies and gentlemen. Say hello to Ericsson.
That's cool.
What
that's
about you? What would you?
Look, because we're talking about no budget here. We're not talking about realistic. We're not talking about XR5s. So I'd probably get the electric Audi, the RS e-tron.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. That thing's fucking tough.
They're just so nice, man.
I mean, no budget for me. I would get like Dad's old car, like one of those.
Okay.
If I could
but
get
do you reckon you could live with? Like if I was rolling up in like a sports saloon that had all electric sports saloon that had all these crazy technology, self-parking, self-driving, all this shit, do you reckon you could literally roll up next to me and be fine with just sometimes not even aircon, creature comforts?
Not as a daily, but I'm not
talking
about
daily here.
As a daily, I mean, I don't know. Again, probably still something like one of the actual. Around the model that I had of XR8, but one of the actual GTs.
Yeah,
so the
GTs
GTs of that year that look killer. The kit on it is killer.
Yeah.
One of those I'd probably pick because again, modern enough that it's got all of that.
Do you like the new XR8 shape?
Not that much, man. I didn't, from the FG
you just like
onwards,
the BA.
Yeah, the BA and the BF. I think they're the two that I really liked.
You don't like the G? What is it? The G something?
G6 or whatever it is. Yeah, that's still kind of around that time, but like after that,
getting a bit bubbly after that, aren't they?
Yeah. I don't know. It's just not as tough looking. That's the thing as well. I loved about mine is mine looked it looked tough.
Did you have kicks on it, or did just the stock kicks?
I had the ones, but the ones that they had on the XR8 were fucking pretty decent anyway. Yeah, the 18s.
Yeah.
But then that had a full like straight 3-inch pipe as well. Sounded fucking had extractors.
Yeah, that would have went pretty hard too.
It sounded fucking awesome.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sad that fucking. I mean, I'd get another one of those again if I had. Yeah. That would be another one I'd grab if I could find one.
If you could find one with good Ks.
But so I was like, I want a turbo because I've had the 8 now.
Yeah.
And all my mates had turbos when I was younger, but I just had that fucking Lancer, and I didn't want to I was kind of like, once I had a car,
you were like,
I didn't feel like just funneling all my money into another car. Like I was just more interested in getting
cars
fucked up.
do get expensive.
But all my mates had like, a couple of them had 32s, 34s. My mate had one of the TX5 turbos. My mate had one of the TX3 turbos.
Yeah, heaps of people had Skylines. Hey, a mate of mine had a really like rare 4-door R34.
Oh wow.
Yeah, normally they're not super rare.
It was turbo though.
Yeah. It had an RB25 Neo but it had like an intercooler, like an ECU tune, exhaust, like cold air intake, all that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Wasn't like hypercar, supercar quick, but it was like we had like drag races against Audi R8s and shit.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, it wasn't bad, man.
My mate had one of the little Familiars. You ever seen those
They
before?
were sick.
Yeah, Ricky. My mate Ricky
Yeah,
had a
true.
Familiar, like not the GDR, but the GT I think it was.
So you had a turbo?
And a black, yeah.
Yeah,
and it was
man.
so quick, man, because those things weigh like 7.
Dude,
like,
a dude that I know had one too, and I was like, "What the fuck is it?" We went for a cruise, and I was like, "What the fuck is this? This is absolutely thugging. Like,
Yeah.
this is thugging." I
all
love
of those
because they were all-wheel drive as well.
Yeah, that's what made those so fucking good because the control of them was just crazy.
Yeah.
So we used to go to like before we turned 18, it was just fucking hills runs every weekend, bro. And it was like we'd all at 3 a.m. we'd all line up at the start of that Heisen tunnel, whatever the fuck it is. Like the one
So
up
you
on
went for the as in like down like southeast hills.
Yeah, so we'd always go to Lofty and then we'd do fucking like so we'd go up the freeway, go to Lofty, and then come back Chain of Ponds or vice versa, depending on what time of the night it was.
Yeah.
But yeah, we always used to do that because there was not fuck else at all to do. We'd either sit at HJ's.
But that was still
my
good,
Hungries.
like.
We'd sit in the fucking corner booth seat and just like free refill drinks and then like try and find a party to go to. Or we'd fucking do hills runs. It was like those two things.
Yeah, but if you know what the thing is if I had my own car right now, I probably would suggest to you and to like Rookie and shit, we go on hills boots.
Yeah,
because I got a company car and I've had a company car for like 4 years now.
Yeah,
I don't want to drive a van through.
No,
hills.
that's
like,
right.
It just feels like I'm at work. Like, you know, like,
unless you're going up there to like lay down and fucking look at the stars or some shit that the van's actually beneficial for.
Oh yeah, well yeah. For that in that situation, the van is absolutely killer because you can put like my mattress in the back.
Yeah,
and it fits perfect. Like
yeah, that's so good.
Yeah, but for actually having fun.
Driving, that's not it.
Nah,
that's
it
not
feels
it.
like you're at work.
That's what I mean. That's what I'm looking forward to getting my XR5 for again. Like
Yeah, that'd be
would
cool, man.
Just cool to fucking driving around. I've just always wanted. I've always just loved. Like, Ricky's got another turbo at the moment. I don't even know what he's got, but he was driving me in that the other day when he picked me up to go play golf, and like just fucking the sound of the fucking turbo. Love a good bov.
I love him. Rookie's Rookie used to have a Mazda 6. MPS.
Yeah.
That thing was cool.
That thing was amazing.
That thing was really cool.
Took me home from a gig in that one night.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, and it just handled so well.
Oh yeah. We went for a few hills boots in it, and it was like it drove like I was on rails, man.
I used to be pretty obsessed with the fucking BT1 like VL Turbo X Cop car ones that like,
VL
went through that
turbos.
phase of like loving those fucking
Well, last week
canary yellow ones from when they were the cop cars in the eastern states or in Victoria.
Did you ever see like my mate Ryan's VL, like Jack's little brother?
No, I don't think I have yet.
We went not last week, the week before. Me, Jake, and Rookie and Manny Dark went for a hills boot in it.
And has it got the full fucking?
Yeah, man.
Oh man,
Yeah,
I
man.
love that fucking.
Yeah. It was such a good, like, because we were sitting there and we were cruising through the hills and we were like, fuck, this is just the most Ryan thing to do. You know what I mean? Like, it just made me miss him, man. You know? Like,
yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds like it was a good turnout, though, for that, though, and that everyone had a pretty good time.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly
On the actual VL cruise.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was some really nice cars there.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah.
Going on cruises.
There was an actual F6 Typhoon there that you would have frothed over, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was hell nice.
Yeah, those
Wow,
Typhoons.
looked like it was worked off its nut.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I can't go in my van, so I borrowed my brother's WRX. I was like, I need to go in something nice.
What year Rexy does he have?
04, like the Peanut Eye one.
They're another car that I would get. Actually,
Yeah,
I'd get
it's a really fun car to drive, man.
one of those old like the 2000 ones. I like those ones as well. Like the fucking
up until
bug eye ones as well.
Yeah. Oh, see, I've never been a huge fan of the bug eye ones. It's basically the same car, just different headlights.
Yeah.
But like,
As soon as they went to the weird hatchbacks and stuff, I didn't really like them as much.
They kind of lost a little bit of their, I don't know, like
not the they're all kind of hatchbacky, but the ones where there's no flat boot at all.
Yeah,
like, I didn't
the
really
actual
like that.
hatchback. Yeah, because they're still called sedans and hatchbacks.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I know what you mean. Like, I mean, there's nothing wrong with them per se, and like, but
they just didn't. I don't know. They just didn't seem. They're ones with the gold fucking rims and the blue, that exact same blue finish. Ones that were in hell good nick of that, and they put the not too over the top body kit on there.
Yeah.
They just looked fucking awesome.
Goes hard, yeah. And they're starting to get like, I said to Lachlan, I was like, dude, you could hold on to that. And it's just going to gain in value.
Yeah.
Like,
the sound of those with a good fucking exhaust is one of my favorite.
Well, he's got
engines.
he's got a 3-inch catback boxer engine.
VR? Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah. He's got a 3-inch catback, and it's just like the perfect, like, not too loud, not too quiet, has
Just
that
a
rumble.
Good, that's what you want, man.
Yeah,
that's what I'm
so
looking
good.
forward to when I get the XR5 is having I'm like, as much as it can get tedious, and even in Ricky's car the other day, he's like, dude, I can't even fucking think sometimes. I'm like, you need to put a resonator in it. It's just too loud. But I miss driving with I like there's something enjoyable about driving, and like, you never even look at the fucking Speedo because you know the
from
point
the res.
of tone of your fucking exhaust exactly where you're doing.
Yeah.
You just never even fucking look at the dash and you're just driving around. I miss having manual as well. I love driving
So
manual.
you'd go back to manual?
Fuck yeah, dude.
See,
if I'm going to get a turbo,
Yeah.
there's no way I'm getting a fucking auto or even Tiptronic. I don't think they even
See,
had
like,
Tiptronic. But
probably not back then. See, if I was going to have a
daily.
daily, like a realistic daily car now, I would get an Audi S3.
Yeah.
You can't buy them in manual. Like they're
Yeah.
only like paddle shift auto.
Yeah.
I think that would be like perfect. But
Yeah.
for like a weekend like track car, I agree.
Yeah, you want it. It's just fun to drive. Like it's fun to drive manual, like just to be in that control of the fucking dumping it into fucking second or whatever. Like that's what I love about
Reverse
driving.
to first, baby.
Reverse to firsties, bruh. And that's the other thing about the Rexies as well. Like it's cool to most of them are all-wheel drive, so you get that fucking just insane control when you are going through your hills,
they're the same when you're going through the hills. They're just like they're on rails, bro.
Yeah.
Like me and Lizzie went for a drive like one time, probably about 6-8 months ago.
Yep.
We went through the hills, and it's just such a nice crisp experience.
Yep.
Like compared to a van that's like fucking.
Yeah. You just feel like you're fucking all over the place, and there's no power to fucking actually like take.
Oh, they're not. Surprisingly, they're not that slow.
Yeah.
They actually do they're actually okay.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised.
When it's empty as well. Yeah.
Yeah, but when it's empty, yeah. But they're not like a through the hills car. They're not like a Rexy or a XR5
right,
or something. But yeah. Should we roll into the weird, the wacky, and the wonderful?
Let's fucking do
We
it.
haven't done this one in a hot minute, have we? When do you reckon our last weird, wacky, wonderful was? Probably would have been in the 20s, maybe.
Oh. Live on the podcast.
What?
We've just got a YouTube community guideline removed your video.
Which one?
It's the fucking.
I already know which one it is.
It's the vaccination.
It's the vaccination one. Of course it is.
No, it's not. It's the one you posted today.
Which one?
Shadow banning truth.
Oh yeah, that is the one that's the one where we talk about Project Veritas.
Yeah, that one's gone.
They took it off.
Oh, I can't wait to
I
find.
knew it, boo! I knew it. That's why I didn't put vaccine in the title or in the description. But they've obviously gone through and gone, nah.
Little cheeky screenshot.
We're not having it. We're not having any of this truth getting around. Fuck that.
Little cheeky screenshot of that to post up later just to generate a bit of buzz about how we're fucking bandits.
Oh, I'm not about that. I'm not about that censorship.
Hey, well, our VAXX episode has stayed up for longer than I thought it was going to. So,
True.
We'll take the win.
Maybe because we were talking about fruit for the first half of it.
Yeah. So then when
they're like, no, these idiots are just talking about fucking fruit. We're not going to bother with you guys.
We got nothing to pick apart here. That's right. That's why I picked up my phone. I got
all
thrown
right.
by the
weird, wacky, wonderful.
Speaking of conspiratorial a little bit, I guess. Give us this first one.
I think we've got a different first one.
No,
but that's fine.
9/11.
So, the English Albury.co.uk has reported that the 9/11 mastermind Osama bin Laden's niece holds up a Trump 1 sign outside of the Geneva summit. So the niece of the 9/11 mastermind, we'll put that in fucking brackets.
So first things
Osama
first,
bin Laden has protested President Joe Biden's summit with Vladimir Putin this week by waving a Trump 1 flag. So that's very interesting, isn't it?
And let me just hold this up to the camera for a second. She's all right.
She's all right, yeah.
She's not bad.
Osama been looking fine.
Osama been fucking hitting me up in the DMs.
Hitting me up, sliding in. Her name's Noor bin Laden. N-O-O-R.
Do you remember
age
the whole
34.
thing about that dude coming out and being like having a fucking mental breakdown because his name was Ben Laden and they kept like hanging
Was it
up on him
really?
every time we tried to do anything. They thought it was a prank call.
Oh,
And
really?
he's like, I'm so sick of this shit. Like, it's just my fucking name. Like, I mean, I have to change my name.
Oh, no.
That was a legit thing.
Poor dude.
So that's interesting. There's when it's someone of that caliber saying something like that is what makes that whole thing so interesting. If it's just some fucking
It's
weirdo
just interesting that it's Osama bin Laden's, whatever niece. You know what I mean? Like, it's interesting that Noor bin Laden is holding up a sign at the Geneva Convention saying that Trump won. Have you actually, just to go into that a little bit, have you been following anything to do with these audits in Arizona?
No, but I keep seeing all my the normal go-to people that have been, but I haven't drilled into it at all. So
I haven't dug super deep. I've just got like a little whiz-fizz shovel. You know what I mean? I'm just like scratching the surface.
Up the nostril, yeah.
Just up the nostril. Just getting a bit of fucking info. But like, what it seems like is that they're doing a full-on recount, audit, proper suss how you going of the Arizona ballots.
Which of course is getting zero mainstream media coverage.
But like people like who's the old was it Pompeo?
Oh yeah,
the
Secretary
old
Pompeo.
Yeah.
Pompeo, yeah.
I think it was either him. Don't quote me on it, but it was someone like that commented. They were saying that when this shit comes out, it's really going to kick off. It's really going to kick something big off.
Yeah, wow.
So very interesting. I don't know if I'm not holding on to hope that
not
this.
Anymore.
No,
not anymore.
I'm not holding on to hope that like this stuff comes out and then they fucking kick Joe Biden out and Trump comes back in and we parade on. I just don't know if it's going to be quite that easy. But it's just interesting that like even though over these last couple of months there's been a lot less going on when it comes to the truth, I guess if you want to call it that, or conspiracy or whatever. There's been a lot less going on. It's still kicking away in the background. Still kicking away.
One thing that's been at least good to see is that even the people that were like pretty outspoken about Trump are also being very outspoken. Like, any sort of like public figures like your Joe Rogans or whatever, they're not shying away from just how fucking absolutely useless and not fit to be alive almost, let alone a president that Biden is, which is kind of good to see because it's like people are really, they were so focused on getting Trump out of office. I think people are waking up to the idea of like
hold on a minute, we've replaced a fucking turd with a fucking giant elephant shit.
Yeah, and just, there was even that thing recently where he says to that young girl, he's like, oh, how old are you? And she's like fucking 14 or something. And he's like, you look 19 with your legs crossed like that. That's fucking creepy.
That's
dude.
the president saying
That's
that,
the
man.
president.
Like,
how
come
fucking
on.
creepy is that? And like,
give me a break.
So, and yeah, just I don't think I shared it, but I can't even find it. But it was talking about Biden, how he just did a missile strike on fucking the border of Syria or something. Which again, there's probably heaps more of that going on that's not getting any coverage. But there was a strike that did get some mainstream coverage. And like someone shared it being like, oh, he must have thought he was ordering dinner or something like that. Like it was just like, again, just people are really hyper aware of the fact that he's just surely, what are we into his term now? Like not even 6 months.
Yeah, we're not even 6 months in.
There's no way that he makes it past a fucking year or so.
I'm saying it now.
Kamala
Next
Harris,
year,
2022.
he gets killed or he gets sick and can't do it, and they put Kamala in.
And all this Hunter Biden stuff still keeps coming out slowly. Like it's going to get to a point where the amount of evidence, and like the amount of people that share that stuff, and they're just like, if this was any of the Trump kids, like the way that it
we would
been,
never hear the end of it. If
he
Donald
was
Trump
literally, there was leaked messages the other day where he was trying to organize girls through whether they were prosies or escorts or whatever. And he's writing in these messages, I don't want a yellow, I want a fucking whatever. And like when you read the context of all the messages, he's clearly saying I don't want an Asian or whatever, something like that.
Yeah, okay.
Calling them yellows, whatever it is, he's calling them yellows. And it's like, if that
they've
was
buried
imagine that.
They've buried him, haven't they? They've really buried his all his problems.
That laptop stuff hasn't come out
huge.
again. And I mean, look, if that just doesn't show you the control of the flow of information. Hey, while we're on this topic, before we dive into the rest of the articles, let's have a quick chat about the two big new Project Veritas. We always go on about Project Veritas. You're aware of the two things that have come out in the last 2 weeks, the two news reporters that dropped the bomb live on air.
The Texas
Fox
lady?
26 or whatever it was from Texas, and then it was CBS from another state. So the Texas lady blew the whistle, basically was talking a bit again about how they were trying to, vaccine hesitancy stuff, how they were trying to stop her from asking, real questions when they were interviewing people about the vaccines or whatever, and just trying to shift the narrative. The other person was more again, discrimination against how she didn't want to have the vaccination and how they made her work from home and report from home. So it's like they're showing her working from home and they know that the only reason that she's doing that is because she's declined to have the vaccine. So they're discriminate and not giving her offers and stuff like that because she's decided not to have it. Yeah. So it was, both of them were pretty well to do with that kind of thing. But for them to blow the whistle live on air is huge because the thing is with you have to know that Project Veritas exists in order to, like me, I'm subscribed. So when something, and I've got him on Instagram and I've got him on Facebook. So as soon as something breaks, I'm getting it.
Yeah.
So for them to do it when you're going to get all the normies, you're going to get all the fucking people that have never looked at James O'Keefe's work ever. And they're going to be watching that shitty fucking midday report in their hometown and be like, oh, hold on a second, I'm going to see what this bombshell thing was about. And obviously they're going to look into it more when they realise that the woman that blew the whistle no longer works for the station because they both got sacked straight away.
Yeah. Well, that was the same with the Facebook employee. He got
sacked straight away.
He got sacked straight away. And James O'Keefe was there and he was like, would you like to comment on this? And they were like, nah, we need to go, and hung up. Like
the whole Project Veritas thing is the thing that has probably excited me more than any of this other stuff, right? With them looking at because we know, and as we've just said about the Biden stuff and how all of this stuff just gets so perfectly swept under the rug. God,
coughing a storm.
Yeah, coughing up a storm. If something like what Project Veritas and James O'Keefe is doing, that's the kind of work that ultimately turns the mass population away from mainstream
because it's
news.
Undeniable. Bro.
Yeah.
Because it's actual journalism that you can't deny. Anybody, even with as much cognitive dissonance or anything, any resistance as much as they could put up, can't look at Project Veritas and say that that's fake, because everything they do is so above water. And there is no guessing. It is 100% fact.
And he's just hit 1 million subscribers as well.
Did he? Congratulations,
and I got on
man. That's killer.
Bandwagon at like 350 or something, like early into it.
Yeah. Well, they've been kicking on for years, man.
It was like 2 or so years ago, because I remember one of the first things that I saw of his that like blew my mind was that the woman talking about the Jeffrey Epstein story, where she's on the hot mic at the news station. She doesn't realize it's being recorded.
We actually remember when we did the segment on that one, like our first or second episode.
One of our first conspiratoriums. And that was huge. And that's got probably the most plays of his channel. That one and one other episode, I think, are his most played. And that's massive. That's a reporter saying we were sitting on this Jeffrey Epstein story and the network didn't let us and the executives didn't let us run it. So that was the first one that made me go like, this is the kind of thing that makes people like stand up and go like, what are we doing, like relying on this kind of shit for our news when that's what they're capable of. So I like this movement and more and more people coming out, more whistleblowers, people blowing the whistle live on their air of their radio. Yeah,
and these aren't your typical what people would think of tinfoil hat, like
they're just
crazy crackheads.
They've got a family, 3 kids, like they're taking a massive risk doing it.
They're bloody upper middle class white ladies,
and they're taking a massive risk, and that's going to encourage more people to do it.
Yeah,
because if they see that these women, as weird as it is to say this, survive, because we know what can fucking happen.
We know what happens. People get suicided all the time. So.
But the thing is,
it's the same thing that happened with John McAfee. You see that?
Him saying, if anything happens to me, he's even got swacked on his bloody on his arm. And now
he's like, if
I look into that properly yet, but
I really need to give it some time of day, because that's huge. And I saw a thing saying, a post, it would have been like a tweet of his from a couple of years ago saying, I want to put this out here now. I would never kill myself, right? I would never do it. I'm not that kind of. I love my life, And then and he did another tweet saying that, and if I ever do get killed, right, there's going to be, I think it was like 13 terabytes worth of information that'll become instantly sent to.
I hope that kill switch fucking happens.
Yeah, me too, man. I really hope it does.
Hell of a fucking
and that's why Julian Assange is still alive, bro. Because if John McAfee has 13 terabytes worth of data, imagine what Julian Assange has. That's why he's still alive, bro.
We haven't heard much about Julian since he got extradited to the US, and that there's supposed to be I think it's July when we're supposed to have
the way he's been treated it's just disgusting. It's inhumane, bro.
Ghislaine Maxwell trial is supposed to be next month, I believe. I reckon July.
Look, as much as we're saying that there's nothing going on, there's a lot going on.
There's still shit going on. I think, as I said, for me, I've just kind of like...
we just got disheartened when all this hype come about, and then fucking just Joe Biden rolled in like nothing even mattered. That's what pissed me off the most.
And they've had us so focused on all the stuff has been about coronavirus, which has kind of probably worked in their favor as well. So whether it's the truth in air quotations or the conspiracy surrounding it. That's all everyone's talking about as well. So it's kind of like, I've already got what I believe about this shit, so I don't really need to go on when I'm looking at the places that I've gone to for information. That's it, what everyone's talking about. So it's kind of like, I don't need to go through and cycle through everyone's thought on the vaccination or whatever it is. I've drawn my own. I'm already where I'm at with it, you know. So like every now and then, whereas like when we were going through the midst of that stuff and stuff was coming out, I'm wanting to learn more and know more. So I'm constantly looking at it. Whereas like now, it's just not the same. It's not the same.
It's not the same hype. That's all.
No, that's right. So
should we move on to the next article? We'll go with something a bit different, right? There's been 42,000 pounds of pistachios stolen. So we got 42,000 pounds of missing pistachios leads to possible illegal pistachio operation.
Bro, that's nuts.
That is absolutely nuts, isn't it? So it was the case of the missing pistachios. Some dude in California, thousands of pounds of product had gone missing. They're saying they have been running an illegal pistachio operation out of the trucking yard. The Tulare County Sheriff Office posted about this on Facebook. They're saying it was like a company. So basically like discovered that a tractor trailer had been moved from the trucking lot. And yeah, there was like 2,000 pound sacks. Jesus Christ. So we're sitting here talking about the fucking financial system and the bloody political system, and this guy's just like on the back slinging like millions of dollars worth of pistachio.
Do you know a guy I went to school with, right, got genuine jail time for overfishing abalone?
Did he really?
Yeah, genuine jail time. I reckon he did at least over a year.
Wow.
For overfishing abalone.
What are you in for, man? Abalone.
Yeah, no, imagine that.
Abalone abuse.
I killed a guy. Yeah, I robbed a bank. What did you do? Oh,
man, one too many abalone, baby.
Hard on the abalone.
I went fucking hard as shit on the abalone. What a crazy
thing. Like, imagine that court for that. Like, hey, explain, like, man, I just fucking love abalone, dude. Like,
so it's like, what? I wonder why this guy has gone hard on the nuts. You know what I mean? Like, why is he... What are pistachios going for? Hold a sec. What's the average price of a pistachio?
Or a kilo. You probably need a...
Oh, they're not that expensive. Woolies have got some pistachios for $11, bro.
How much? Like 500 grams or something?
I don't know. I'll have a quick look. This is 400 grams. So how many grams in a pound?
No, wait, that's a kilo.
Yeah, see, I don't know how to do the cross.
Pounds are fucking weird,
dude. I don't know, but wait.
So there's 2.5 pounds
How many
in a
kilos
kilo?
is 42,000 pounds?
Pounds is 19,050.88 kilograms.
What's 19,050 divided by 400?
The answer is 100.
It's just a shitload of fucking... It's just... I don't even know that number, man. I don't even know that fucking number. There's so many decimals and so many...
So it's a lot of fucking nuts, dude.
Look, don't get me wrong.
Bro,
if he's selling them at $10 a bag and undercutting Woolies by $1... He's making like it's over $10 million, man. It's over $10 million.
Supply and demand thing is crazy, right? There's a market for everything.
Well, you can even get what are they called? Bespoke pistachios too, custom pistachios.
What? So they've got like a fucking paint job?
They got a paint job. No, they got a fucking hot dog. They got a hot dog on the back, and they got a 4-inch cannon.
Oh, fucking
all right, we'll move on to the second to last one here.
This pistachio running fucking 19 pounds of boost, bro.
Pistachio goes... All right, so this one's from science.sciencemag.org. So there's a lot of science going on here. So the headline is advertisers could come for your dreams, researchers warn.
Now,
so
as soon as you said that to me, I thought of South Park. So if anyone's listening and they think of like the South Park series where they were doing all about how like advertising is so over the top that it's like in your everyday like life, that's what I thought of straight away.
Yeah.
Like.
So essentially it's like different brands from Xbox to Coors to Burger King have recently been teaming up with scientists in attempts to engineer advertisements into consumers' dreams by playing video and audio clips while they sleep. Now, a group of 40 dream researchers have pushed back with an open letter calling for regulations on dream incubation advertising. They worry companies might one day use smart speakers like the Amazon Echo to detect people's sleep stages and play back sounds that could influence their buying.
That's the scariest fucking shit ever.
It's like, imagine that you're asleep and you hear like, baby born, baby born. You just...
Well, I was just thinking of like, Erica said before how she's had a dream of like a massive wave like crashing like that, and it's a pretty common thing, like, you know, like a fucking tsunami coming for you or whatever.
Yeah,
it's Coke, like it's just it's Coke or something fucking coming towards you,
or it's like you're like, hello.
Yeah, Frank Walker from National Sleep Tiles.
Everyone from out of Australia would have no idea what that is.
No, that's right. Yeah, that's fucking weird, isn't it? They'll find some.
Oh, they'll find ways, mate. They'll find ways.
Just you wake up in the morning, you're like, man, I could go some Hungry Jacks.
Yeah. It's like I really want a zinger box right now.
Don't have a hangover, like that's when you know there's some in-sleep advertising.
There's some shit going on.
Oh,
but I don't know.
Just getting chased down the street by the Colonel with an axe. Like that's what it is.
Fucking hell, man.
Yeah, that's.
I just don't know about that. I think that's a little bit invasive. You know, like I'm in the marketing game, but fuck, I don't know about that.
The fucking shit. Those. What do you call it? I don't think we've anywhere near understand what those fucking, what are they called? The Alexa, fucking Amazon,
Google Homes
all that kind of shit. The shit that they could possibly be fucking programmed to do.
Well, like I had back at the old place, I had my Google Home set up. I haven't set it up here yet, but like I had that set up, and then I found an article saying that every command that you've ever told Google has been saved on the cloud. And I went back, right, and there was like hundreds. And I clicked on them, and they were like, they were literally like things that I would yell like, "Hey Google," rah, 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 from like, you know, out of the room and just to get a quick answer. And they've all been saved, bro.
That's fucking cool.
All been saved.
Well, I don't like that when you get your new phone and hold on a second.
Pretty consistent.
Both of them were pretty good.
Consistent. Can't say there's anything wrong with it.
What was I? Oh, the fucking. Your Google Maps, like by default, unless you go in and like fucking make the effort to turn it off, just records everywhere you've been.
Yeah.
Every fucking place that you've been.
Pretty wild, eh?
That's crazy to think of.
Yeah, man.
And like, that's the thing. And that I get when people argue like, or why you're so worried about doing the contract tracing thing when you've literally got fucking Google recording your every step. And I'm like, I get that. My argument is that I don't trust the security of our fucking government. Like, I probably have more faith in that Google is not going to get hacked as easily as the fucking absolute B-grade fucking database that they're storing all of our fucking QR code location shit into.
Look, I've got nothing to hide, but I don't want Xi Jinping knowing where I go and get my pistachios from.
Yeah, that's exactly
what I mean?
Right. Yeah. So, you know, everyone's like, well, they're already tracking you. I'm like, hey, how can you say that so not... That's the thing that frustrates me. Everyone's like, well, they're already tracking you. Why do you care? I'm like, how can you say that just so chill? They're already tracking... That's fucked up. They shouldn't already be tracking us.
The day of privacy, though, fuck, it's long
gone. It's more like, why do I need to give more? And like, I understand that, yes, it might like help or whatever, but it's like, we're going to be scanning, especially now with this like little resurgence that's happening right now with this, we're going to be scanning fucking QR codes to like 20 fucking million, dude.
Mate, like, I'm just not interested in it.
And then having plainclothes police like patrol. As
like,
soon as that starts happening, it starts
for real. Go stop some real crime, you losers.
But
like
even
actual.
Just fucking have it. If you want to do that, then why have a massive fine attached to it as well? Like,
because it's not about. It's not a. Let's be real. I know you know. But like, there might be some people listening that don't know. It's not about the virus, bro. It's not about the virus.
I've had some people sending me some shit, and again, I don't know how much I buy into it, but they're saying that they're gearing up for. They said that. What did he say? Let me see if I can find this quickly.
Because
they basically said that this is the precursor now to the big fucking stage 5 martial law.
Oh yeah.
And look, they said that about the last one, so whether or not it comes to fruition, but it's it's a very fucking real, it's a very real possibility that people should be fucking scared of.
Oh, 100%, man.
And we're already saying, I mean, we've got 5 states in lockdown right now or something, which is just insane. Just insane to think of.
Can't find it.
We've done it again. No, I've almost found it now.
Almost got it.
Less than 60 days to repairs. By then, they'll have achieved the vax target. Time is now of the essence. We can't spend much more time on trying to wake the remaining minority up. It's time to start preparing. They'll have army on the streets and stage 5 martial lockdowns. Well,
so how would you react if all of a sudden now, you knowing what you know, the military came on the street, right? Australian and American, any of these countries, came on the street, kicked in the door and been like, all right, we're in fucking charge now. How would you react? Because as much as we know that a lot of the military is on the white hat side,
a lot of them are still puppets.
A lot of them would still be controlled.
Ours. I'd be more scared of ours as well because ours are just like, fucking do whatever they're told.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd have a few told you so's for some motherfuckers. If
there'd be a lot of told you so's. But it'd also be like, well, what do we do? Like, fuck. Yeah, I mean, do we believe that they're on our team or do we not as well?
That's the thing. I mean, look, the good thing that listening to the press conference today, they're like, and the Premier was like, actually saying things like, I understand how much we don't want to fucking go into a lockdown. And just him vocalising that gives me some fucking faith.
Yeah.
That it's not just a thing where he could have just thrown us into it today and dealt with the backlash.
Yeah.
And he didn't, which gives me a little bit of hope that maybe there is some fucking common sense. Whether or not it's to try and protect him fucking staying in power for longer or whatever, who knows,
man.
But yeah, it's just fucked, man. I'm tired of this thing. I'm tired of us being. I was talking about it to someone at work the other day, and I was just like, we have had a flu that has killed old people and killed immunocompromised people and sick people forever.
Yeah,
that's why we have the flu vax that never does enough, and everyone gets sick when they have the fucking flu vax. And think what you want about that. We already do this, and yet we've never done what we've done in the last 18 months. So the reason that we're doing that is what scares me.
Yeah.
That's what makes me scared of that. There's a basis for it. There's a reason for it leading into something else way more scary.
Like statistically, this virus is no more deadly than the flu. Statistically.
No. And so when we've never reacted the way that we have to a flu, like we have this thing, and then now we're getting the truth coming out that it was clearly fucking from a lab and not some weird natural thing. And now they're saying the fucking Delta Mega Ultimate Super Gum Busting fucking
look, it's got you on the ropes.
Strain.
It's got you on the ropes.
Is so much worse and all of that kind of shit. That's the thing that I'm worried about is like, what is this a precursor for? What is it that they're gearing us up for? Like something like, is it going to be something like that? Because it just doesn't make sense that we're, they've just came out this week saying that they're mandating like aged care workers to fucking have the coronavirus vaccine.
Oh, really?
And that, like, we still don't have any idea about the long-term effects, as we talked about in that episode. Like, there's just a lot that I'm still not seeing enough people. I'm seeing a few more people ask questions, but this shit's still not making enough people kind of stand up and be like, something seems weird here. Like, but even like watching the press conference today, like just seeing the comments, like, does anyone actually know anyone who's fucking had it? Like, I see that comment all the time, and it is a strange one. But
let's roll into this last article, and then we'll wrap it up.
Yeah.
So this one was actually like a pretty cooked one here. This is a humpback whale has swallowed a lobster diver before spitting him out. So essentially, a humpback whale recently swallowed a Cape Cod lobster diver. Michael Packard was 45 feet, 14 meters, deep from the coastal waters off of Provincetown, Massachusetts, when he suddenly was gulped inside the mouth of the enormous marine animal. So, man, what was he saying? He realized he was in the mouth and he thought he was going to die. He was trapped inside the mouth for 30 seconds. And he was still able to breathe through his scuba respirator. But then the whale, clearly keen to remove its unwelcome, inedible guest, surfaced, shook its head, and spat him out. Jesus.
Imagine that 30 seconds.
You would be fucking tripping balls. You would be like, what is going on? 1 minute you were chilling, next minute everything's black. You're in some fucking crazy...
A fucking lobster diver as well. I mean, you're already just running some fucking sketchy risks being out there. Lobster diving. I've never heard those two words.
Lobster diving?
Yeah, I've never heard lobster diving.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. I'm not really big in the old lobster diving scene.
Yeah,
so I'm not
I revoked my fucking membership.
Yeah.
I've never heard that before. Like, I'm a fucking lobster diver.
Yeah, you're part of
Like
the
a deep
crustacean.
sea, but just like that's the only thing. Like, is that what it takes to get lobsters? Is you can't fucking
Surely not. Surely they've got like a
other
net
ways
and shit.
Yeah.
Do they have lobster nets? Craypots.
Yeah, craypots.
Craypots. You don't need to be
So why do you
diving
need to
down.
be diving for them?
Maybe he was a
Is
scientist.
it a hobby? Like,
Maybe he was a
lobster. Yeah, but
scientist.
again, like, then look at everything, dude. Don't just be focusing on a lot. You're really narrowing.
Maybe he was like, look, we're taking the best tasting, the biggest, the best
the only way
looking.
we can get them is like going down there with our scuba gear and being
Yeah.
like pinchy right here.
Yeah. I've always been petrified of the crab nippies, eh?
So my uncle used to have a marron farm, which is like
Okay.
freshwater cray.
Yeah.
And yeah, dude, they scare the fuck out of me too. But they don't hurt that much, as I found out when I eventually was. gonna get
I've been
because
bit by a crab. They don't hurt. But.
My uncle used to get us to fucking go pull up the pots all the time in the dams, and but yeah, they just scared the fuck out of me, dude. Like,
But imagine being swallowed by a whale, bro.
yeah, that's not having a whale of a time.
Not
that's for
having a
sure.
fucking good time at all. Like, how would you react? Like, what would you do?
I mean, I guess you would have like
Everything would be
Yeah, I
black,
don't
so
know,
there's
yeah.
not much you'd know. Like,
start wondering if you scuba, how long your fucking oxygen's gonna last for. Maybe like, I just don't.
at
know.
what point did he be like, all right, I'm in the mouth of a whale? Like, I mean, he might have not have even known until he got spat out. You know, like
Because you fucking.
he might have been like,
Jesus.
all right, everything's just gone black. Like,
Yeah.
he might have thought he was having like an episode or something. You know?
Yeah, that's weird. You just lost your fucking vision.
Yeah, he just lost your vision. Yeah.
I mean, maybe I guess as he was going, there still would have been light
And just
until
fucking
the whale's mouth
crunch.
closed. So he might have known as something's approached him.
Yeah.
What a fucking wit cook thing to happen, hey?
Imagine if it approached him from the front. Just
Yeah, just like straight at him.
shit.
Just din-dins.
Just Indians.
Just fucking
Is
din-dins.
a big piece of plankton right here.
That's a fucking giant piece of
Giant
scuba
plankton.
gear wearing plankton.
Scuba deer.
That's funny that the whale's just been like, oh, nah, no good, and just
Yeah.
fucking vomited him up.
Fuck.
And then
What?
you would have just been fucking like, imagine that like hyperventilating like feeling of like just being back in the water afterwards, and this whale's fucked
Yeah.
off out of here.
Because it would have
They're
spat
so
him
big
out.
as well. Like whales are
Yeah,
fucking
they're
massive.
They're fucking stomper, bro. Like, you could get eaten by one easily.
Well,
Easily.
as this dude fucking found out.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're. I remember seeing some of the fucking where they show like the scale of like what a fucking whale is to a great white to a whatever.
Yeah.
And they just all dwarf fucking us by such massive amounts.
Oh, dude, even like the smaller whales, like orcas and shit like that. I mean, smaller. You know what I mean? They're not as big as like blue whales and shit, but they're still
Yeah.
big.
What's the thing when they? Because this is the thing we always talk about. To quickly fucking wrap this up, we always talk about UFO stuff, and when we're thinking of UFOs, we're always thinking sky, planets, whatever. There's a
USOs.
lot of fucking theories that
Yeah.
that we don't know what the fuck's happening underneath the fucking surface of the water.
Well, because a lot of these unidentified flying objects are anti-gravitic, so
Yeah.
gravity doesn't apply to them. So to them, being underwater is no different to being in the sky. Do you know what I mean? So, but I like from a few of these, like, you know, whistleblowers, these like, you know, secret space program whistleblowers and shit. They reckon there's heaps based underwater.
Yeah, what do they say that we've only explored like 17% of something?
Yeah,
like
something
water?
ridiculous like that.
Which, when you think about, that's a lot of fucking land mass and distance, and we know how deep the fucking ocean is.
Well, there's probably even land that hasn't been explored.
yeah,
Probably.
yeah.
I mean,
And they
don't
talk
quote me
about
on it,
lost
like,
cities and shit. Like how many fucking cities are that far
how
underwater
sick
now
would it
because of
be
the way?
to be in a submarine or like our own kind of UFO that go underwater and you stumble across Atlantis?
Yeah,
That'd be so sick, hey?
that would be fucking. And there could be fucking 20 Atlantises. Like there's
There
that
could
much
be, yeah.
water.
Yeah.
There's that much fucking water. There could be that many fucking cities.
Wonder
that
how
are
big Atlantis
submerged.
was.
Yeah, it's
About the size of Victoria Square, you know?
yeah, fuck yeah, Hindley Street, bro.
It was just only
Imagine going to Red's Atlantis, bro. That'd be-
Atlantis. Crazy horse
nice
Atlantis.
Nice little foam party down at fucking Atlantis Reds. Yeah, it was something where when we were researching for the UFO one, which again I'm already getting questions like, when's fucking part 2 cunt? Like,
Yeah, well,
bunch of-
Lizzie's been on about the UFOs like non-stop.
bunch
like,
of
like
fucking
an
junk
addict.
dogs like scratching
Yeah.
our arms like, you got any more of that UFO?
You gotta remember that. The problem with that, guys, is we need to do our research. We
Again,
need
yeah.
to stop and actually Because we can't just sit here like this, like we do now, and just talk shit about it. Because if we get something wrong, people are going to be like, "Oh, you fucking idiots! Don't know what you're talking about." So we really try to.
Yeah, like I typed out. You saw what I wrote. I wrote out like a fucking 4-page essay last time.
Oh
like,
yeah,
I
there
don't
was
have time to do that.
Look, there
on
was
a
bullet
weekly
points,
basis.
guys. There was fucking bullet points. All right.
Hey, so we are going to get back to that. Last thing, let's finish on a bit of a wacky, weird, and wonderful, but right here in South Australia.
Yeah.
We've got, and this is part of the reason why we haven't got back to the UFOs, is because we got some pretty fucking hectic guests lined up.
We do.
So we've got the guys from Next Step Oz, which are a group of blokes that are trying to progress mental health stuff, just like we are, in their own way, and we're very excited to have them on in a couple of weeks. But after that, I saw my mates, it's a guy that I do comedy with, and he put this status up the other day, basically talking about how his dad set out when he was young, like in his 20s, to drink a beer at every single pub in South Australia.
Yeah.
So it says, many years ago, Dad decided he wanted to have a beer in every pub in South Australia. So he made a list, including pubs that have opened since he started it. At the age of 15, it was. He slowly got through them all until there were 3 left. One of them was on the Birdsville track, so we decided to add Birdsville, Queensland, to the list, because why not? I was lucky enough to come with him as he knocked off the last 3 pubs, and it was also his first drink in 3 years. So he must have decided to have a break.
So this is going to be a full lore, a full epic.
Yeah. I was honoured to be there with him for his
Lord of the Rings,
last
Lord
3,
of the Pubs.
and it was so nice to have a beer with you again, all 50. Well done, Dad. You've done it. 641 pubs. 640.
That's a lot of pubs,
I didn't
man.
know there was that fucking many in South Australia. Like, here's me thinking like,
It's a pretty
I've
big
been to,
state,
like-
bro.
Here's me thinking
state.
I've been to like half the pubs in SA.
Yeah.
No.
But we
I've
haven't been to anything in the middle of Australia. You know, like,
No, of course. But I mean, I just didn't realise that there would have been 641 fucking pubs.
That's chaos.
I'm
keen to hear
him
that.
and his dad are going to come on Wormholes in the next few weeks and tell us all about it. So I'm very excited.
And we've also got the Gilgamesh, the epic 1-year anniversary.
Yes. The
So
beer pong special.
is that not next week, the week after? I think it is.
No, 3 weeks.
3 weeks from now.
Yeah.
Officially 1 year.
So we got next week, which I don't know what we'll do. We'll do something next week. Then we've got the Next Step guys. Then we got
Maybe
the
next
1
week we
year.
do UFOs.
Oh, that gives us a week, putting the
Should
pressure
we
on.
commit to that? Should we commit to that?
We've got some moisties.
Got some moisties.
Got some moisty groupies over here, keen for some UFOs.
I think, I think let's just put our heads
for that
down, get it
anti-gravitic
together.
dick.
Anti-gravitic dick.
Man, that's got fucking legs on it, dude. Anti-gravitic dick. That thing's fucking...
Shit, that's gone for ages.
Yeah, because it can't feel anything.
Yeah, true. That wouldn't even be fun though if my dick
Yeah, I
was
was
in.
going to say, it's just a tool at this point in time.
It's just a tool. It's just an invention. It's just technology.
All right, let's wrap it up.
All right. We haven't given.
Anti-gravitic dick is a great fucking episode.
We
title
haven't
for
given
this.
a plug for our merch in a while.
but-
So get down, get around, press the buy button, go to the cart, add some fucking goodies because we've got a whole bunch of shit there now. So
And if money's a bit tight at the moment, then I would keep your eyes peeled for the 1 year anniversary.
1 year
because
anniversary, yeah.
We're going to possibly have a little special for you. So if you're thinking, wow, I really want to support the guys, but I need to fucking give me $50 back to Nan that I nicked out her purse to feed to the Shoguns last week, that's fine. We've all been there,
code
brother.
$50 from Nan at checkout.
Oh, yes. Nan's purse rack.
Nan's code's Nan's purse at checkout. $50 off.
We're going to have some code along the lines of that, hopefully for our 1 year special for you. So keep your eyes peeled for that. As always, give us some love. Keep the reviews coming on the Facebook page. Hit up our Instagram. We're slowly starting to build the following on there. Hit that subscribe button on the YouTube. And
It's all
just tell
trucking
your friends
along.
about it, man. Tell
It's
your
all
friends
trucking
about
along.
Wormholes. If you've enjoyed this episode, maybe not as much as some of our other fucking blockbusters, but any episode that you've liked, tell your friends.
That's right. You
know.
can't be delivering blockbusters every week.
can't,
Sometimes
'cause
you need to
then-
sit back in the hammock, you know?
No, that's right. Sometimes it's going to be a civic video. It's not always going to be blockbuster.
Yeah, sometimes you
you
just
got
need to
video
chill.
easy. Sometimes
Yeah.
you got
What else is
Starlight, that was I had one near me
Starlight,
called Starlight
really?
Video, yeah. Did you have a local one? Did you have a local one that wasn't a big chain video store? Like it was like fucking Bob's Videos.
Yeah. I can't remember what it was called now though.
Okay, yeah. That's the one I remember.
Like we only ever went to Video Easy and Blockbuster because there's one for both of them nearby. So.
Right. So this Starlight Video used to have a fucking games arcade room as well.
Real.
So this is how fucking showing my age. Had a room at the back of all the videos where it had like Mortal Kombat and fucking Pac-Man and bloody Galaga or whatever all in a room. You could put your little fucking dollar in and while you're picking out some fucking Beverly Hills Ninja off the shelf, play a bit of Mortal Kombat.
It was just all commercial up in my hood, man. It was just
really?
Blockbuster just being fucking...
Yeah, just being
Blockbuster. Getting blockbusted.
Just dogs.
Just being dogs.
Just fucking dogs. Well, man, it's been a... Another fantastic episode. Thank you as always for having me down at the studio.
Not a problem, my friend.
And we'll fucking see you next week.
We shall.
Peace out.
Peace.